Dear friends, welcome to Homeschooling Channel. Standard 10 History Unit 3 World War II. In this video, we are going to see the course of World War II. First, let's see the nature of the war. World War II was fought on two places, that is Europe and Asia. In Europe, the war fought by the Allies against Germany and Italy. In the Asia, the Allies fought Japan. In World War II, heavy military equipment such as tanks, submarines, battleships, aircraft carriers are used. So this is called as modern war. The next is the outbreak of war. Outbreak means the beginning of the unhappy events. Britain and France declared war on Germany in 1939. In 1940, Italy joined Germany, and in the same year, Japan also joined with the Axis powers. The first years of the war were a time of spectacular success of the German army, which occupied Denmark and Norway and later France. By 1941, all of mainland of Europe till the Russian frontier was under the Axis powers. The German army followed a tactic of lightning strike to storm into various countries and overrun them. The British Navy was so powerful. Britain depended on large-scale imports of food, raw materials and industrial goods by sea. German planned to attack this. So, it developed a fleet of submarines. In the Atlantic Ocean areas, the large number of civilian ships of Britain were attacked by Germany. We are going to see some important events. The first one is Dunkirk. Dunkirk is a coastal city in France. In May 1940, more than 3 lakh British and French soldiers were forced back to the beaches in Dunkirk. So Britain found it very difficult to regroup these soldiers. The second important incident is Battle of Britain. By July 1940, Germany planned to attack Britain. The German Air Force began to attack ports, airfields and industrial installations of Britain. So in 1940, London was bombed by Germany. This was conquered by Britain with the help of radar, a newly developed device. The Royal Air Forces, Spitfires and Hurricanes were used by Britain. So, Germans dropped their plans to invade Britain. The next is Lend-Lease. What is that? American aid to Britain is called Lend-Lease. It was introduced by the US President Mr. Roosevelt. He thought that United States has to change its policy of isolation, but could not intervene directly in the war. So he started the program of Lend-Lease in March 1941. Arms, food, military equipment and other supplies were sent to Britain, named as a loan. In 1941 June, the German army invaded Russia. The German strategy of lightning strikes was initially successful and the army penetrated 1,000 miles into Russian territory very soon. The German army then marched on Moscow, but finally the resistance by the Soviet army and the Russian winter defeated the German army. The next is Battle of Stalingrad. Stalingrad is a city situated in the banks of Volga River in Russia. So in 1942, the Germans attacked Stalingrad. It was a large industrial city which produced armaments and tractors. Germans war planners decided that capturing this city is very important one. So Operation Blue was executed. Russian people were ill-treated by German soldiers. There were 15 million civilian deaths during the war and about 10 million members of the armed force were killed. Altogether, over 1/10 of Russia's population died. Yet, the people remained loyal to the government. They successfully defended the city of Stalingrad. The next one is surrender of Italy in 1943. Mussolini, the dictator of Italy, had been thrown out and the new government of Italy surrendered to the Allies in 1943. Let's see the end of Hitler. The Allied forces invaded Normandy in France, which was captured by Germany. Slowly, the German army was forced back. But the German forces fought back and the war continued for nearly another year and finally ended in May 1945. Hitler committed suicide in April 1945. And finally, Germany was divided into two sections after the war. War in Asia-Pacific region. The Japanese army invaded Manchuria in the year 1931. Japan captured some of the areas of China. Beijing, Nanjing, Shanghai are some of the areas. The Japanese army made a biggest slaughter ever known in history in Nanjing. Slaughter means the act of killing group of people in a brutal manner. China was helpless. Let's see about Pearl Harbor incident. This is a very important question, so please listen carefully. On December 1941, Japan attacked American naval installations in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii without warning. Many battleships were destroyed. The United States declared war on Japan, with Britain and China also joined in. So this incident brought the United States with its enormous resources into the war as a part of the Allies. Japanese aggression in Southeast Asia. Japan captured Guam, the Philippines, Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaya, Indonesia and Burma. Burma is now called as Myanmar. So these all fell to Japan. Then Battle of Midway. The US Navy defeated the Japanese Navy in Battle of Midway. Battle of Guadalcanal, which is situated in Solomon Islands, extended for several months. In both the battles, that is Battle of Midway and Battle of Guadalcanal, in the year 1942, Japan was defeated by the Allies. Hiroshima and Nagasaki incidents in August 1945. These places are situated in Japan. As a top secret project using the latest scientific advances, the United States developed an atomic bomb. Japan refused to surrender, so US dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima. As the Japanese still refused to surrender, another bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. Japan ultimately announced surrender on 15th August 1945 and formally signed 2nd September 1945, which brought an end to World War II. Friends, we have seen the course of World War II. The same content also will be available in Tamil. For that, click the following link. Subscribe the homeschooling channel. Write the comments. Thank you.